Hi everyone, I'm Jillian Shively and I teach piano and voice at Music Lab Nashville. What is my background in music? Well, I was very musical very early on in life, and my parents said as a baby I would be singing in my crib, and I would figure out little songs on the piano when I was a toddler that I heard just, any place random. And I showed a love for music early on, and so my parents put me in piano lessons at the age of, I think, about 6. And so I'm classically trained in piano. I took lessons all throughout middle and high school, and while I was taking classical piano lessons, I also loved pretty much every other genre of music. Singer-songwriter, acoustic stuff, pop, funk, jazz, musical theater. So all throughout school I was involved in singing for musical theater. I was gigging on my own as a vocalist and pianist. Later on I was in a funk band. I was a lead singer of a funk band. So when I got to college, I kind of realized that what I was really passionate about in music was film scoring. And so I ended up going to school for film scoring, and I got a degree in composition with an emphasis in film scoring, and at the same time I studied jazz voice. And so I was performing, writing for symphonic orchestras, different ensembles, and I just really love it all. I love writing, performing, and I've always loved, the community of ensembles like choirs and bands, and that brings me to where I am now, moved to Nashville, and am pursuing all those different avenues.
This is how the story went. I met someone by accident who blew me away, blew me away.
What drew me to my instrument? So I was introduced to piano when my parents put me in piano lessons, and a little bit before when I was kind of toying around with it as a little kid. But piano for me, I think what really made it stick is that ever since I could remember, I have had just music playing in my head all the time, and really dense ensembles of music, like orchestral music or like a big variety of bands. Like I can hear all this instrumentation at once. And piano, I think, is the perfect instrument for me to channel that in, because there's so many notes on the piano and there's so many different sounds you can make on the piano and different combinations that allow me to kind of express that chaos that's always been in my head. And so I can feel like it's very cathartic because I can really, get it all out into one instrument rather than playing a single line instrument, which I would love to learn, but there's something about piano that I'm really drawn to because of the variety of sounds you can make. Singing is kind of the same for a catharsis. I love the voice. There's so many different things you can do with it, and it really feels like it's me performing when I'm singing, and kind of me getting this inspiration or whatever may be in my head kind of out into the world. So that's kind of what kept me to those two instruments.
Your face against the morning sun, but like everything I've ever known, you'll disappear one day. So I spend my whole life hiding my heart away.
I love teaching because I love meeting and working with other people. I love meeting new, different types of people, and when there's people that are passionate about music like I am, or have no idea what music is and want to get started, and I can, be a part of them finding the same joy in music that I do, I think that's just one of the most fulfilling parts of life, really. And so I love teaching. I love when a student has, an aha moment, and I just love getting to share the joy of music with more people than myself.
I'm going back to where I started. The morning rain, the morning rain. And though I wish that you were here on that same old road that brought me here, it's
Okay, a fun fact about me is that I love scary movies. Like, I love horror movies, and people meet me and it doesn't match my face. They say, they're like, you like horror movies? I'm always down for like the scariest movie. I will watch garbage horror movies. I will watch immaculate horror movies. I am always down. So if anyone ever wants to watch a horror movie, you will find me there. Outside of teaching, I love hanging with, my friends. I always love going out and about. I love coffee, so I'm usually at a coffee shop probably. But I also am an artist. I'm a singer-songwriter, and so I'm constantly going to shows, writing my own music, collaborating with other people, and performing. So when I'm not, teaching, it's a lot of the time still music related outside of my social activities. So